and welcome back to the Valley Connection. Every spring in Hemet, the beautiful love story of Ramona unfolds. And with the beautiful Mount San Jacinto Mountains as a backdrop, with cast of hundreds entertaining thousands from all over, the story of Ramona is born. And with me is Phil Brigandy, the curator, author, historian. I don't know what else we can add to your title, Phil. You do it all. But you have been studying the history of the Ramona outdoor play for years. So how did all of this get started?
Well, it started with Jackson's novel of Ramona from 1884, and the people here in the San Jacinto Valley wanted to put on a play, and they had this really inspired idea to do it as an outdoor drama here in the Ramona Bowl, under the sun, on the hillsides, a natural story of old California told in this natural setting.
And it's actually California's state outdoor play.
It's the official state outdoor play, and it's the oldest outdoor play in the United States since 1923. We have been producing this show right here in the Ramona Bowl.
Now, there have been some famous actors and actresses that have played the leads of Alessandro and Ramona.
Very much so, very much so. Old-timers are going to remember Victor Jory and his wife Jean Innes. And, you know, the local folks will think of Maurice Hara and Dorothy Vosberg.
Some men rode up to my father's house. They read a paper. The Indian must go. My aged father was turned out. They shot him, burned his crops, and rode away. My father cried out in a terrible voice, "Alessandro, Alessandro."
And then we've had a few of the Hollywood folks come down in here too. You know, Ann Archer was Ramona one year, and Raquel Welch was Ramona.
And just to say that I'm very happy to be here again, here on the Ramona Bowl stage, to welcome you all here and to thank you very much for supporting this wonderful pageant. And also because I have always been interested and supportive of the Native American community. And I think that that's very important because it really is our American heritage, and it's a terribly important part of our country's history.
Now, this is such a community effort. I mean, like I said in the beginning of this, we have hundreds of people that make this happen. And there's a lot of families that get involved, and there's one family in particular that has 5 generations that's been involved with this.
Oh yeah, no, there's several 3 and 4 and 5 generations. The Gilmores have been involved for years. The Ward family's got generations and generations. And you know, one of the interesting things is you have this whole range of people here of different ages and different backgrounds, and people who've been doing this for 30 and 40 and 50 years, and people who are just coming in for their first season, and everybody comes together on this. It's such a, I mean, it's great theater, but it's also just great community volunteering.
Yeah, and we're always looking, I guess, for volunteers to make this production happen.
And there's a place for everybody up here. It's not just for actors and actresses, but there are all kinds of things. If somebody wants to help up here, we can find a way that they can be a part of this beautiful, beautiful play.
What is it that you think brings so much magic into this? I mean, there's something, like you say, for everyone, but what's the real magic, do you think?
I think it's the total package. I think it is the Ramona story, this important piece of California history. You know, Ramona is ultimately a book about what happened to the Indians. Then you add to it this beautiful setting, this wonderful historic play in itself, the community involvement, just everything working together on this creates something that's greater than the sum of its parts. We have this beautiful play in a beautiful setting, this beautiful cast all working together to tell this story that you'd be amazed how many people still don't realize this is based on actual events, and that things like this really happened to the Indians here. So we're still teaching people as well, which was Helen Hunt Jackson's reason for writing the novel to begin with.
To inform the people
what was happening, so that they would want to do better in the future. So there's a message behind it too.
Artistic Director Dennis Anderson shares some historical insights to the play Ramona.
This play represents and honors people of the Coe and Luiseno tribes, as well as talking about our cultural traditions of 1850 California. not only the Native Americans, but the Hispanic tradition and the American tradition. The play starts just as California has come into the State of the Union. And many of the incidents in the play are adapted throughout Southern California. So there is some historical legitimacy to the play, even though it is a play and it's theatrical and it's fun and it's entertaining. Pageant is that, pageantry with horses and dancers and hundreds of people in the show. We carry that tradition from the 20s and 30s when you have a huge play with lots of people and lots of pageantry.
In preparation for such a tremendous production, everyone has to learn their lines and cues, including Cocky the horse. Authenticity is a #1 priority for this 1800s production, and it all begins with hours of hair, makeup, and costume. Stage manager Mary Lou Castle gives us more information on the general makeup of this huge cast.
We have about 300 to 400 people in the cast, all local people. Includes about 60 children of the rancho and maybe about 60 to 80 rock Indians. We'd like to have more rock Indians, but that's been the limit here lately. We rehearse on Saturdays and Sundays, Saturday mornings and Sunday afternoons. Saturday mornings the children work from about 9 to 10 or 11 on their scenes, and then we just run through the other scenes. We have about 12 or 13 horses and cowboys that go riding up the hill with a big shootout. We have a fiesta for the Spanish people, and we have a christening scene for the Elder's Blessing scene for the Native Americans. So we try to cover all periods of life from 1850 to the change from Spanish California to American California. We have a lot of fun. It's a family thing. Some people have been in it from 30 to 40 to 50 years. I'm a new kid on the block, only been here 23, and I love it. You become a Ramona junkie, and it's a lot of fun.
And we'll be right back right after this.